On today's episode of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup, I do a market roundup of the recent prices, we look at Populous, which is the honorable mention for today, and I give a reading of the Bitcoin price chart. Stay tuned. Hi there guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. I'm your host, Chris Coney, the founder of Cryptoversity, the online school where you can learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. Find out more at cryptoversity.com. So this is the market roundup, so let's get right into it, shall we? Let's begin by heading over to coinmarketcap.com. Let's see, the biggest winner of the day is IOTA. Technically in the top 20, it is the biggest winner with a gain of 31.73%. It's sitting there in 8th place. IOTA seems to be concrete, solid, cemented to 8th place. No matter how it fluctuates, somehow it just stays in 8th place. That's kind of interesting. Just sitting there enough, $600 million market cap, just $2 million shy of that. A million IOTA tokens, which is how we measure IOTA, is trading about $21.50 according to CoinMarketCap. Now in the top 20, the biggest loser today is Ripple. I'm not too sad about that. In the top 20 actually, Ripple is the only coin that is down, which is kind of interesting given the crashes we've had recently. Ripple has shaved just 1% in the last 24 hours. Ripple remains the third coin by market cap with $6 billion of market cap. I personally am not particularly interested in Ripple because I don't think their ethos is the same as the rest of the crypto ethos, but at least they're doing something in the space. In terms of most traded coin, Ethereum is the most traded coin today. $1.7 billion worth of Ethereum has been traded in the last 24 hours, beating Bitcoin by about $500,000 in terms of trading volume. Ethereum itself has actually rebounded 10% today, which is pretty decent, to $175. And we'll look at the Ethereum chart tomorrow in the chart reading segment. Today we're going to do Bitcoin. In terms of the honorable mention, we've got Veritasium was at 28% as well. But the honorable mention today goes to Populous, down here in 41st place. Now, Populous is up 75.67% today. And I was like, what the hell's Populous? So I went over to their site to have a look. And I like the idea. This is a British company. They're based in London. And they are doing, well, there's two names for it. One is invoice financing, invoice factoring, invoice discounting. They're all the same thing. This is where a company, say I do a piece of business for a client and they say I'll pay you in 30 days time. Well, if I'm a small business and I have cash flow issues, I might want to get paid earlier. So the whole industry of invoice discounting, which exists already, is a situation where you would sell that debt to someone else at a discount. So I would say if I'm the person who owed the money, I could sell that debt to Populous. They would pay me, whatever, 95% of the invoice value immediately, so I get the money immediately. And then Populous will wait the 30 days to get paid by the client. And then they get that 5% fee, which is the discount, right? So it kind of works. The person, the vendor gets to pay on 30 days credit. Me, the small business, gets paid immediately. And Populous, as the company in the middle, get to do the invoice financing and get a fee. So these guys are going to do this on a blockchain. So what it will mean is you could technically lend your cryptocurrency to them to buy these invoices, which are then you earn fees on them later on. So this looks very, very interesting indeed. So never mind about the price jump. This is a solid idea, in my opinion. This is based on an existing solid industry. It's a big business, invoice factoring. So the fact that someone's taken the idea and is going to put it on the blockchain, I'm on board with that. So they've already done their pre-ICO. It's already closed by the looks of things. Unfortunately, I mean, I seriously would have considered investing in this because it solves a real problem and it's going to step the game up in the whole invoice discounting industry. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this for when they do their proper ICO because this is a brilliant idea. So that's all I've got in terms of the market roundup. Let's move on to the chart reading. This comes courtesy of Coinigy as ever. If you want to sign up for Coinigy, you can do so through my link in the video description. It's superb. You can get prices from pretty much any coin from any exchange and plug it all into the charting software. So this is Monday. We're going to view the Bitcoin chart against the US dollar right now. So let's see where we're at. We're back above $2,000. You know, over the weekend we had some crazy crashes. And as you can see here, if we zoom in, I mean, this is quite kind of extraordinary for a weekend. Normally the weekend's pretty quiet, but we had this massive Saturday and this reasonably big Friday drop after it pulled down below the 50-day moving average and broke that medium-term trend line. It's been pretty heavy drops ever since. And then yesterday, I was watching this, like I couldn't really tear myself away from it. I kept checking back and back and back every few hours to see what was going to happen. So yesterday we went down to a low of 1826. Yikes. Considering back here, we were up at 3,000 odd. I mean, my goodness me. 1826? That's a bargain for a Bitcoin nowadays, isn't it? I mean, the last time we saw prices like that was right back here, which was the 17th of May. Is that 17th of May? Yeah, it is. So that's not bad, is it? So if you thought you'd missed out on a cheap Bitcoin, maybe you should have got some yesterday. So like I say, 1826 was yesterday's low. And interestingly, looking at the shape of this candle, that low price has been rejected. You also may notice that it's sitting right on this green line. So if we pull back, it's one of my Fibonacci retracement lines, and it's the 50% line. So I've been calling this price out for a few, I don't know, days or weeks. It was $1,938 as being a point of support. Now there was a lot of trading going on. You see down here where I've put the 3 downward arrows. What I'm pointing out here is when the volume really picks up. It happened back here, it happened here, here, and most recently. And if you look at the volume when it picks up, you'll notice that that's typically when there's some really hard falls. So that coincides with that there from the 26th of May. We've got these other big drops here from around the 15th of June. And then over the weekend, you've got this momentum building up on the volume until, well, actually yesterday was the most volume out of the last 3 days, yet it wasn't the biggest drop overall. What I imagine happened there is that when the price got low enough, a whole load of buyers came in because they thought, well, you know, whatever the price was, 1826, that's just too much of a juicy price to resist. So all those buyers came in and supported the price. Now you can see from the shape of this candle, it's like a spinning top, where the body of the candle is right in the middle of the range, and the head and the tail are reasonably similar in size. So that tells us there was a reasonable balance between buyers and sellers. It wasn't like the previous day, which was, so if that was Saturday, that's a full-blown Marabuzo candle, where the entire body just engulfs the trading range. So it almost opened near the high and closed near the low. So that's a serious drop. And make no bones about it, the bears were in control of that day for sure. But yesterday, it was a bit more even. Today, it's flipped. So that 50% Fibonacci retracement line at 1938 seems to have pushed the price away from it again. So today, we've had a real bounce up. So all of those buyers have come in. So right this second, we're trading at $2,073 on Bitfinex. We hit a low of 1923 and a high of 2,088. So we're about halfway back up that big Marabuzo candle there. I'm surprised that it, well, I guess that low price was just the bottom, I assume, unless it's a fake out, right? Because you know we got the old price cyclicity recently. So there's been like pullbacks like this here and then pullbacks like this. But I mean, that was such a significant drop in a few days. This could be a rebound or it could be a recovery. The next price up for me would be 2,189. The question is the whole crypto market done yet? Is it done with its big old sell-off? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I personally would think that yesterday, 1826, I think people would be pretty safe to buy at that price, to be honest, with Bitcoin. Even despite the upcoming contention in the scaling debate and whatnot. Right, so I wouldn't do a lot of trading this week purely because we are reaching ahead in terms of the whole scaling debate. The 21st of July, I believe, is the time when SegWit 2x is supposed to sort of go live. In fact, looking at my calendar right now, I've got some key dates plotted in. So by this Friday, the 21st, the SegWit 2x nodes should begin running the software. On Sunday, the 23rd, BIP91 locks in, which is where SegWit activation gets reduced to 80% of miner support. So I'll keep you updated on that in the news show as the week progresses. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this episode, hit the like button. If you like what you heard today, there's plenty more where that came from, so subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you want to check out my best stuff, go to cryptoverse.com. That's all for today, guys. I'll be back later on today with a new show, and tomorrow with another edition of the Market Roundup. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.